I have the pleasure of attending some of Karen's events in Jakarta, which ranged from press conference, gala dinner to public lectures. And I wasn't the only one who was moved by her speech. Many people, young and old, executives and students, people with different religious backgrounds, can connect with her ideas and her desire for a more compassionate world.
What role do you think Indonesia can play in the world these days, particularly given our sort of uniqueness?
Well, I think a great one, and I'm thrilled to find there's so much going on here with the Charter. You know, there's moves to, make a compassionate city here. Compassionate schools are happening. I think it's just wonderful. And it's been very pleasing to me that so many Muslims have taken the initiative here, because this is, since 9/11, we've been continually saying, Muslims have been continually saying, and I've been on the platform with them, Islam is not this, Islam is not intolerant, but now it's time to show what Islam is. What is Islam? What is the call, Quran, but a call to compassion, to live, to create a just society where people look after one another, look after the poor, and share their wealth. And that's your task in life. That's your jihad. And so to see Muslims taking a role in that, showing what Islam is, I think Indonesia could make a wonderful contribution.
Are you optimistic, though, about the future? Now, it's so polarized, especially, religions are very much a sensitive issue. And
I'm very much, I have a very dark look at the world, really. But we cannot afford to lose hope, because we've seen what happens when people have despair and feel they have nothing to lose. And that's when you get terrorism and you get hatred. I'm encouraged by the response to this very quixotic idea that I had. None of us thought it would take off in the way that it has. And it shows that people recognize a need. Because it's nothing to do with religion, really. It's our humanity. People flock to hear the Dalai Lama in tens of thousands, or Desmond Tutu, because they see here what a human being can be and know that our heart cries out for it. And also, these sages, people like the Prophet, peace be upon him, the Buddha, Confucius, Jesus, Hillel, they were living in societies like our own, where violence had reached an unprecedented crescendo. Violence looks puny to what we have today, but it was terrifying at that time and disturbing. And so they said, look, if we don't behave according to the Golden Rule, we're going to destroy one another. And that's when and that voice has remained. That voice, sometimes, as the Quran says, we're forgetful. We need a reminder. And so I think the Charter is just a reminder. We all know we've got to be compassionate. We all know that is where we are our most humane.
Here in Indonesia, despite our national motto, Unity in Diversity, we sometimes forget that our common humanity and nationalism matter more than our religious differences when it comes to creating harmony. We often forget that Pancasila, the philosophy that embraces the country's diversity in religion, ethnicity and culture, is not something of the past or mere lip service. Diversity is the very foundation upon which this country is built. And unless we constantly remind ourselves of these values, we are at risk of becoming a country that is intolerant of minorities and religious differences, something that would undoubtedly undermine the future and unity of the country.
And the golden rule is we don't do unto others what we don't want to have done
to us.
Yes. Karen, are you happier now than you were years ago when you had depression?
Heavens, yes. And my life's been a fairy story, really. I'd never have dreamt of doing this. And here I am with you in Indonesia, meeting all these wonderful people, and going to, studying and discovering new worlds. I've had the most privileged life for the last 20 years or so. And it's something I could never have envisaged. Often, I often say that to young people. If you don't get what you want at the beginning, it's not a disaster. You may find something much richer, almost by accident.
And you've certainly enriched our lives, and we're looking forward to more books.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Karen. And let's hope this is not your last visit to Indonesia.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
Indonesia's prominent educator and initiator of Indonesia Mengajar, or Indonesia Teaches, Anies Baswedan, gives his opinion on the state of tolerance in the country.
And today, yes, we do have individuals, groups expressing violence, but we have no less people expressing compassion, tolerance, willingness to respect one another. And this is, we need to expose. And if we send that message to the people of Indonesia, look, these are the excellent example of tolerance. It will help to spread. Instead of this as an example of intolerance, we are helping them to spread. Let's do it otherwise. And let's celebrate compassion. Let's give appreciation to those who become the example, just the way the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has been doing for years and years. And this is an example that we know very detail of it. Let's practice it. Let's show the world that me as a Muslim, everyone who's Muslims, everyone who's Indonesians, that this is a nation of compassion.
At the end of the day, what lies at the heart of human relations is compassion and not doing to others what you don't want to have done to yourselves. And that's all for this episode. Don't forget to join me next month where we meet another figure who makes a difference to our lives. Here on Face to Face with Desi Anwar, bringing you the world.
So I do urge you to join me in this charter, to building this charter, launching it and propagating it, so that it becomes, I'd like to see it in every college, every church, every mosque, every synagogue in the world, so that people can look at their tradition, reclaim it, and make religion a source of peace in the world, which it can and should be. Thank you very much.